Good morning. So I am making this video to explain to everybody what the reset is. What is the reset? So I'm getting this question a lot because I've been advertising for Reset with me. It is my group on Facebook, but it's more than just the group on Facebook. It is a business model to bring together like-minded people that are on the same journey, but just varied. So what I mean is, okay, so we're trying to lose weight, right? We're all on a fitness journey. We're all on a health journey. That could, mental health, physical health, emotional health. We are all trying to better ourselves. To do that, you kind of have to reset. So you have to change your mindset on a lot of things, not just weight loss and what you're eating, and not just moving and, the amount of exercise that you're getting in. It's not just, okay, well, love yourself and everything will be better. What is that? Y'all saw that, right? Physically, there's nothing flying around me. I don't know where that just came from. Okay, so anyway, we hear self-love, self-love, self-love. It's drilled into our heads, right? If you just love yourself, everything will magically fall into place. Well, the question is, how do you get there? How do you go from 10, 15, 25, 40 years of self-loathing to loving yourself? And the answer is, there is no easy answer. That is the answer. It's different for everybody. Each one of us has experienced our own traumas. We have lived through our own hells, excuse the expression. We have all dealt with very different demons in our lives. So it's going to take different things for each one of us. It's like how you read something on the internet or in a book or in a magazine or on TV, and something just clicks. It's like, aha, okay, that makes sense. It plants a seed, and it makes you start to think and start to do, introspective work. You're really deeper into thought on a subject. It makes you really look at yourself and your experiences in life differently. And, it's like this spiral of thought that this one thing that you saw and read sent you down. Okay? That's a form of reset. You just changed without even meaning to, without even realizing you were doing that. You just changed something in your mind because you started to look at it and focus on it and think about it. And that thought could last 5 seconds and you're done with it. Or it can be something a little bit more substantial and you think about it for weeks, months, a year. And you start to make small changes because of new information that you've taken in, because of new knowledge that you're gaining about yourself, about your situation. Same thing happens with weight loss, okay? Not all of us, believe it or not everyone on the planet has the same knowledge about nutrition. It just doesn't happen that way. If it did, we would all be 100% healthy. We would all be at the perfect body type for our build. Everyone would already be there. It doesn't work that way. We are taking what we learned growing up, what was taught to us by the adults in our lives, how to eat, why we eat it, Sometimes we don't even know why. It's just what we are used to, right? So we're taught one way, and then it's up to us as adults to take the initiative, to, take the responsibility to teach ourselves, is it right what we've learned, or do we need to learn a new way? And then to go out and find the information. We research it. We learn whatever we can to better our situation, to better what we're putting into our bodies. And look, a lot of people will say, you're fat. What can you tell me about nutrition? You need to learn about nutrition yourself. And I'll tell you, I'll be the first one to admit, I am learning new things about nutrition every single day. But I know so much more about nutrition because I'm fat than most people will give me credit for. I started researching and studying about nutrition, about food, about what it does to our bodies, how it breaks down in our system, how it benefits us, how it hurts us in 2012, when I first realized you've got to do something. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot that first year, so I kept going. I learned a lot more the second year, and so on and so on. And now here we are. It's 2024. I am still learning, believe it or not. Everything, new information, new knowledge, new tests are always being run, new studies. You never stop learning if you are really, really wanting to know how to do things. So, the reset group is me trying to share my knowledge, my information. My problem isn't lack of knowledge, by the way, I should say. My problem is follow through, which I believe is probably a similar story for a lot of us that are overweight. Dare I say obese? Hate that word. A lot of us that are fat would much rather use that word because that's what I have on me. I have fat on my body. We have the knowledge. Not all of us. There are some people out there that, they just never thought to research it. They never really realized that their food is part of the problem, because a lot of us have the knowledge, but a lot of us don't. And my group is to help people, to help the people that don't have the knowledge, to get the knowledge, to get the information easily at their fingertips, and to help those who do have it to practice it, to use it, to benefit themselves. Also, I use a lot of visual learning aids in my group because you all know I'm high functioning autistic, and I learn best with visual aids. I need to see something done in order to understand how to do it. I know not everyone that has that way of learning is autistic, but for me, this two seem to go hand in hand. So I use the visual aids. I use videos, clip art photos, memes, jokes, just a lot of stuff that would help me to learn something easier. Also, it's a strong support group of women that are going through the same things. Even if we're at varied levels of it, we are still going through the same things. And that is so important when you're on this journey. Even with a support group, you may struggle at first. You may go up and down with your weight. You may, lose sight a couple of times here and there and do something that you wish you hadn't done, like, have that extra helping at dinner or have the brownie on the weekend. We are there to support you through that and to tell you not to beat yourself up, because this is not going to be a perfect journey from point A to point B and bam, you're thin, you're healthy. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that for anybody. Even the skinnies that are skinny already and healthy, they don't eat like rabbits or birds 24/7. So we are there to support you in your good times, in your bad times, in your successes. I'm not going to say the F word because there's no such thing, but in your setbacks, we are there for that. A lot of us don't have a support system in the house. So, like for me, for instance, I love my family. I know that they love me. But Johnny, he doesn't have the same journey that I'm on. He doesn't have to lose weight. If anything, he wants to gain a little bit of weight, which he's been doing, thankfully, to his new medicine. I love it. I love his little pouch. But anyway, he can eat things that I can't eat. And I feel like it is unfair of me to tell him, no, you have to be on the same diet, just as strict as I have to be on it, because we have two very different bodies. So even though I know he supports what I'm doing in the sense of, believing that he's never going to bring donuts in the house, it's unrealistic. It's unreasonable of me to feel that way or to think that way or to expect that of him. All of my kids are really healthy and good weights, so I can't expect them to understand what I'm doing and dealing with. They can understand it from an outsider's perspective. Like they see the struggle that mommy goes through or the struggle that I go through, Johnny's there. He's been there through it all, ups and downs. He's held me when I'm crying. He's, talked me out of self-loathing sessions where I'm just, woe is me. And, he supports me in that way. And my kids support me in, they will try new stuff with me. And if they like it, they'll adopt it into their diet and be happy with it. But the support system of other overweight people that understands what I'm going through, what I'm dealing with, that's not in my house. To know it firsthand, to be able to support me the way that I need support, you have to be in it or have been in it in the past. You have to have lived through this. You've had to have experienced the prejudice, the bias, the cruel treatment that you get for being overweight. You have to experience, the trauma from knowing how people feel about you because of how you look, because they tell you without shame. Sometimes they tell you, and you have to understand all of that, and then also understand the struggle that we go through. And I liken it to being addicted to drugs or alcohol, which a lot of people don't feel is the same, and maybe it's different on some level, but on some level it is also the same, because addiction is addiction is addiction. And food is scientifically proven to be addictive. Sugar, specifically, carbs turn into sugar. It's highly addictive. The hand to mouth, just that action is addictive. There's the whole scientific thing of what it releases in your brain that I could sit here and describe to you, but I don't want to get into all of that right now because I easily sidetrack and run off on a tangent, and I don't want to do that. So I'll make that in another video. But You have to understand the addiction behind, or I'm sorry, the drive behind the addiction, right? You have to understand how you can have a refrigerator full of fruits and vegetables and go in there and you see the fruits and vegetables, but then you see the cookies that belong to your husband, and it will immediately make it so that the vegetables and the fruits look different to you. They don't look appealing in any kind of way. The thought of one touching your tongue is not as satisfying as the thought of that cookie. And so you have, standing in the kitchen, you have this battle, this internal battle going on between, I'll say right and wrong, even though that's not correct, but I'll say between good for me or bad for me. All right? That's the battle. And then the battle is, how strong am I right now? Am I strong enough to walk away from that, knowing I know the satisfied feeling I will get, the warmth that will run through my veins the moment that sugar touches my tongue. And I'm not going to get that from the celery or the carrots. It's not going to be the same. With the celery and the carrots, I will get full. They will taste good. My body will be fueled. With the cookie, there's no nutritional value to that. It is all selfish gratification from sugar. I won't be full. I'll want more, actually. And my brain will not be satisfied, but I will. And that's the battle that goes on. I want to lose weight because I don't want to be limited anymore in what I can and can't do. I don't want to be stuck in my house. I don't want to be stuck in my body. I don't want to hate how I look. I don't want the world to put me down and judge me constantly on my worth, my intelligence, my ability, my right to exist because of how I look and because of how my body looks different from theirs. I don't want all of that. And I know that. But there's a cookie. And I am addicted to the ingredients that are in that cookie. And it's here. And it's free for the grabbing. And just one, isn't going to hurt me. It's not going to make me fat. One cookie didn't make me fat. Right? So there's celery, carrots, I've got tomatoes, radishes, all my favorite vegetables, fruits, my apples, apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? I've got all of that. I've got my protein, I've got my turkey pepperoni, my ham, I've got my chicken sausage. There's a macadamia cookie over there. There's a peanut butter cookie over there. That's the struggle. That's the struggle that unless you have lived this life in this body, you cannot understand the battle. Okay? So what happens generally is we'll take the cookie. We lose the willpower in that moment. take the cookie, take the peanut butter cookie. We'll sit for a minute. We're not full. We have that boom, that warm, that burst of just the release of everything that comes out with that sugar. The things that are working up here to make that addiction stronger and stronger with every bite of sugar. Now we want another cookie. We know there's still macadamia cookie there. Now we're upset with ourselves. We're angry with ourselves. The anxiety is starting to kick in. We might be crying. We might be yelling at ourselves in our head. We might be putting ourselves down, calling ourselves weak and useless, and every bad thing that you can think of. We're doing it. We're saying it. We're doing it to ourselves. We've already messed up. We've already done it. One more cookie's not gonna hurt, right? So we go back for the cookie. And then we go back for 2 more cookies, some of us will go back for the whole box. Those vegetables, they sit in that refrigerator. Whew, they start wilting. They start looking sad. We start planning their funeral. But we feel bad. So we're gonna hold off for a couple more days because we're wasting money again. And we know once the sugar gets out of our system, we might crave that carrot. we might want that Tiffany plate. So we wait. The whole time we're opening that refrigerator and it's looking at us and it's just getting sadder and sadder and sadder and more wilted. And finally, it's the day before grocery shopping day. We bring the trash can over and we throw it away. And we plan to buy more. Because we're going to do it this time. We're going to do it. And that is as real an explanation about the life of a person living in a fat body as I can give you. That's what my reset is about. So, what I have learned recently, through all of my study and all of my introspective work I've done on myself and all of the conversations that I've had with nutritionists and therapists and psychiatrists and other people in my situation, people that have come out of my situation and are now living where I want to live, all of these conversations, what I've taken from them is the same thing. Okay, no matter what. If you kick off all the fad diets, you push them all away, you stop letting the internet confuse you and freak you out over what to eat, what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, where do I turn, oh my God, where do I grocery shop, what do I do? If you stop and you silence all that noise, my gray hair is shining in the light, and you just focus on the center of the truth. That truth is mindset. It is all a mindset. It is mind over matter. I've heard that since I was a child. I never understood it. I never got it. It was just words to me, you know. Mind over matter. You have to learn to be stronger mentally than the addiction. Okay? And that means when you see the cookies, you have to be able to touch them, to move them out of your view and not put them in your mouth, if that is your trigger. Now, if you can have one cookie and walk away and go have the celery and the Tiffany plate, do it. That one cookie is not going to make you gain weight, okay? I know it's a running joke between our community of people that if we smell something like that, we're gonna gain weight. If we touch it, if it gets near our plate, if we watch somebody else eat it. It's not true. None of it's true. If you eat that cookie and you stop at that cookie, you're gonna be fine. You're not only gonna be fine, but you're gonna save yourself a binge later. If you are stronger here than your addiction. If you can have the one cookie and then push the rest away and go have what you were meant to have when you walked into the kitchen. If it is your trigger food, do not touch it. Do not touch it. Ask somebody to come and remove it from your sight. Take a few minutes. Woosah. Center. Drink water. Water. And then come back and get what you were going into the kitchen to get in the first place, okay? These are the kinds of things that we discuss in my group. This is what I am trying to help people learn. I'm still learning. You guys, I'm still learning. But we're learning together. And that's wonderful too. I don't know if you can tell it by looking at me, but I'm losing weight. So when I started the show, excuse me, y'all, I did a review on a protein bar before this video, and it's still there. So excuse me. When I started the show, actually I will go back further. Before I started the show, I weighed 325 pounds. Okay, it's the highest I've ever been in my life. I cried every day. I did not want to step on the scale anymore, but I did because I have to know. I couldn't fit in my clothes. My 4X clothes were tight. I'm 5'2". I was noticing the collection of fat and cellulite around my stomach that, you know, I've always been a big adult, but never like this. So I was noticing that and freaking out and noticing how my calves were getting really big. And I didn't even know that happened. Like, it was freaking me out. But I wasn't strong enough then. I didn't have all the tools. I didn't have even though I had some of the nutrition information and knowledge, I didn't have the tools. And I didn't know that it was okay to put me first. But I started the show at 300. Well, I started to lose weight. When I knew that I was going to be on the show, I started to lose weight before the show. So y'all didn't get to see the 325 pounds on the show because I had already lost weight before stepping onto that scale for the first time. I got down on the show. I cannot remember what the weight was. I don't watch the show. So I don't remember. It's 280 something. I want to say 86 or 84. Right now today, I weighed this morning, I'm at 281. It's a pretty significant weight loss for me. I've gained, lost, gained, lost. It's a cycle. It's like I bounce back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But now, I'm just losing. I haven't been gaining. I haven't been gaining for months. Just losing. Because I changed here. I reset what I thought about food. I reset what I thought about being healthy. I reset my goals. I reset what I felt about myself, what I thought about myself, what I thought about the world, what I think about people that think things about me that are not 100% positive because they're out there. I just did a reset of my mind. Okay? And when you do that, things start to come to you a little bit easier. I'm not going to sell you the lie that it's going to be easy. It's not easy. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. But I'm going to sell you on the fact that it is doable. It's reachable. It is possible. I promise. I am lazy. Oh my God. I love to sit on the couch and watch movies. I'm a movie buff. I love to sit on the couch and read books. I love to sit on the couch and scroll my phone. The thought of going somewhere and doing something sometimes makes me so anxious. It makes my stomach sick. I start coming up with 100 different excuses of why I don't have to go or why I can't go, or I want to be home. Let me re-say that. Most of the time I want to be home. I also want to go out and travel because there's that side of me too. But I don't want to be obligated to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be obligated to get up and go exercise. Now, if I happen to get exercise by walking miles and miles because I'm out traveling and exploring somewhere, great. Love that kind of exercise. But to intentionally say, I'm going to get up and go walk the park and walk for an hour. I hate that. I'll do it because I know that my body needs it, but I hate it. So if I can do this, you guys, if I can reset my mind to help me continue to steadily lose weight, and I can see it, okay? Usually I'm the last person to notice that I've lost weight, but I can see it. I can feel it. My clothes are so much looser. It's amazing. It makes me happy. I love all of my non-scale victories that are happening. And I want to share that with y'all. Like, I want to hold your hand and walk you across that finish line with me. I want y'all all to feel what this feels like. So that is why I did Reset with me. Now this is a business that I am building. Make no mistake of that. I know that there will be a lot said about me on the internet because of the people, the negative Nancys that like to say things because they like to bring people down. That basically is all it boils down to. I know that will be out there, but it's okay for me to build a business and to have a brand where I am able to help other people and share my knowledge and share what I know works. There are lots and lots of health coaches out there, lots of nutritionists out there doing this same thing. You know, it is a legitimate business. It's not a scam. I am not asking for a monthly fee to my group. It is a one-time fee of $10.99. You get my Reset book that I wrote. You get a list of healthy recipes, beginner level recipes, and you get a weight loss journal that you can print. And I'm working on coming up with an idea for an app that Johnny can build for me that will have you able to do it and enter it yourself in the app on your phone. So those are the things. And then you get access to a private group where I am in there. Megan is in there. Megan is a participant, but I am the owner of the group. There's nothing wrong with the $10.99 to get all of this. I know that people will say that there is, and that's okay. You know, let them feel that way. Let them think that way. Let them say it. But to those that understand the value of this, the support group, these people being here 24/7, from all different walks of life, all different areas of the country, outside the country, we're everywhere, but we're all together on this. And, you know, this is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for people who need that. And I'm one of them. And so many of us are needing that right now. There's also a free side to the group. So, and that's a one-time charge for the 1099, by the way. But there's also a free side to the group. And on the free side, you don't get into the group. You get a different reset ebook that doesn't have all of the same information, but it has all of the same important basic information. And I'm accessible to you. You can reach out to me. I will still speak with you. I will still share my knowledge with you. You know, I will help you when you have questions. And every Friday, at the last Friday of the month, you can come check in with me. I can't check in with y'all because, you know, there's so many of you and only one of me. But if you come to me, I will be able to answer you on my phone or on my laptop and chat with you a bit about your month, how it's gone, what, you know, you did well, what you feel like you did well, and what you feel like you need to work on. And we can come up together with ways to help you through that. I guess really basically it's just you're not the free group. You don't have access to the group, to the private group. But you still have access to me. And I'm still there. I'm still working just as hard with you as I am with my other girls. So that is the reset with me in a 40-minute nutshell. I didn't think I was a talker, but I guess I can talk about this. I'm thinking about making a podcast about this. I still have my podcast with Johnny, of course, but I'm thinking about doing a separate podcast for this because it's such an involved topic. It's such an important discussion that needs to be had. And a lot of people that just need to know that there's someone out there that understands, that's going through the same things or has been through the same things. And I think that a podcast can deliver that and maybe reach a wider span of people that need to hear that they're going to be okay. You know, it's okay what you're going through. It's temporary. These feelings are not permanent. They don't have to be anyway. There's a way out. You can do it. You just have to be mindful and intentional. You have to really put the effort in and the focus and the time. And there's going to be a lot of sweat and a lot of tears and possibly even blood. No, not blood. Don't put blood in there. There's going to be a lot of trial and error, a lot of tribulations that you're going to go through. It will not be a perfect, smooth journey, ever, for anyone. But it's doable. It's possible. Okay? You need a support. You need the want. And when you bring that together, it's just a beautiful thing that will help you reach your goals that you want. And so that's what I'm trying to provide for everybody. If you are interested in this, if you need help, okay, if you've been struggling, if you think that there is no light at the end of the tunnel, there is. If you are interested in my group, please reach out to me. Reach out to me on Messenger on Facebook. Reach out to me through my messages on Instagram, my messages on TikTok. If you go to my link tree at the top of every one of my bios, there's a Reset With Me link that's going to send you to my email. Message me. Excuse me. I am in this for the long haul for me and for you. I am here to help you in any way that I can. I will teach you everything that I know. I will help you learn all of the things that you didn't even know that you needed to learn to be successful. That's what I'm here for. That's my mission in life, to help as many people like me that have struggled with this problem and it has become their whole life. I don't want this to be your whole life anymore. I want you to get out there and run up and down stairs and hike through different trails and go swimming in the lakes and go see the ocean. Go to all the places that you want to go. I want you to go and enjoy yourself at an amusement park. You know, all the things, y'all. All the things. I want you to get on a plane and sit comfortably and travel to all the places that you think you'll never see. I want to help you do that. So please reach out to me. Please get in contact with me some way, somehow, and let's do this. Let's reset. Okay? Y'all have a good day, and I hope to hear from you, and I hope to help you.